Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Fandom Fights. It's round 3 of the Summer Series tournament. It is the final match of round number 3. It is the number 1 seed, Thomas Scully, going up against the number 9 seed, Joe Farrelly. I don't know how to sugarcoat this. These guys are both monsters. They're both beasts. I'm so excited for this match. This is a matchup when we were looking at the bracket, when it came out, we wanted to see this one. This is one we were looking forward to. Scully most recently losing the title match a few matches ago, but has come into this tournament on a tear. Joe losing in the number 1 contenders match earlier this year, same situation, then back into the tournament and just crushing it. Both these guys are playing at the top of their game. Again, so excited to see what's going to happen because we've just got 2 titans here. So let's go talk to them right now in the promos.
So I'm starting to feel like a broken record, Joe. I mean, it's another Kingsman versus Kingsman match. I mean, we got a game plan. Stick to it. It's going to be a great match. How you feeling?
Absolutely. Everyone knows what a fierce competitor Thomas Scully is. First time one-on-one in Fandom. I think everyone knows how strong we both are in Geek. We've played each other once in Geek, and I lost that because I made a silly mistake. And now we're coming into Fandom, and it's gonna come down to those fringe categories. It's gonna come down to those. I think we'll probably hit pretty much everything Geek that's thrown at us. It's going to be where we can better each other on those fringe categories, and the wheel is certainly going to put test to that in this match. Thomas is a great player, and I'm very glad that a Kingsman will be making the finals of this tournament. Looking forward to it. I wish Thomas the best of luck. But after losing that number 1 contender match to Coho and then beating Coho to get here, it would be nice to go one further than I did last time. Maybe 2. Manners maketh man. Let's do this.
I'm here. Yeah. I'm managing a place at Coho because Coho is trying to be a functional human being with a job for once. So good for him. But in reality, we've got Scully here. There's a reason Scully is the number 1 seed. There's a reason Scully is considered one of the greatest to ever play the game. And it's because he is. He is dominant. He knows what he knows, and he knows what a lot of other people don't. Joe is a great player, but I think you've got this. Anything you have to say, Mr. Scully?
Yeah, I mean, look, the way this tournament has been shaken out so far. I mean, it was kind of inevitable at this point. Joe. People know Joe as this incredible geek mind, and obviously he is. But I think people underrate how really good he is at fringe. I mean, he's one of the few people in this league who loves Bond, who knows Bond, really, really well. So his fringe knowledge is incredibly underrated. It's why he is the player he is today. And 9, I personally, I think he was drastically understated. Take anybody in that 4 through 8 range, swap him with Joe, and I would probably approve that because he is just such a strong player. It sucks that one of us has to go out here. But like I said at the start of the tournament and against Matthew in my last match, I want to get back to the belt. I knew I was just 1 question away from hoisting that belt again. And that's what I want, but I got to go through Joe first. So, Joe, I love you. I'm sorry, but I feel like this is my tournament. This is my time once again. So,
absolutely. Let's get you there. Manners maketh man.
Let's play.
All right. Well, some interesting promos, both seeming cordial while also wanting the win. It makes sense. That's how it goes usually. I would like to give some props to Scully for not taking me, the number 3 seed, in that little switcheroo with Joe. I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me. Thanks for thinking of me. Anyway, let's get into round number 1. Here's how it's going to work. There are going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is worth 1 point apiece. If either of you get all 10 questions correct, you'll be issued a bonus question from a mystery category. Don't know what it is. It could be the Zoolander movies. We don't know. So, any questions as we get into round number 1?
If I hear a Zoolander 2 question in this match, I'm retiring.
All right. Well, that would
So
be.
the final will be decided.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
Good luck, brother.
Question number 1
2.
is in the category of Star Wars. What rank does Panaka hold in the Phantom Menace? Also known as the Phantom Menace, am I right? Oh, shit. I'm so tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Scully
Captain.
and Joe.
Captain.
I only knew that because of the Lego video game. That is correct, gentlemen. The captain is correct. Your next question is in the category of scores and soundtracks. Which Planet of the Apes film features the song The Weight by the band? I was in a band in high school. We were fine. I don't want to say we were bad. But when you put this guy as the vocalist, it's not going to be the best. It's not going to be the best thing. So that was the problem. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joe, we'll start with you.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
And Scully.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Both correct. 2-2. Next question is in DreamWorks animation. What was the first DreamWorks animated film that Alec Baldwin lent his voice to? I've lent my voice to many an episode of Fandom Fights. However, that's not animated. So, what are you going to do? Never been in an animated film. So, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
1. Okay, that's going to be Scully's first repeat. What was the first DreamWorks animated film that Alec Baldwin lent his voice to? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I had a friend in high school who made an animated Lego film. By animated, I mean it was like stop motion with the Legos, and I did a voice for that. I don't know if that counts as animation. I don't think it does. Stop motion. I don't know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're starting with Scully.
Madagascar Escape to Africa.
And Joe.
Madagascar Escape to Africa.
Both correct. 3-3. The repeat paid off. Scully. Next question is in DC. In what DC film is a man killed by being thrown out a window only for security footage to show him committing suicide by throwing himself out the window? I don't know how to make a joke out of this because this is a pretty touchy subject. So I'll just say that I don't know if stop motion because it wasn't like we animated, like it was. They were real Legos, you know what I mean? But I guess that's what stop motion is.
It's real clay.
They have the clay, and yeah, okay. I think it was.
I'll give it to you. I'm going to give it to you.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joe, we're going to start with you.
Caffeine will kill you. Batman Forever.
And Scully.
Caleb, Coho's going to kill me. I said Mask of the Phantasm.
It is Batman Forever. Joe taking a 1-point lead there, striking first blood as we get into the next category, which is YA dystopia. Name 3 tributes other than PETA who Katniss finds herself aligned with in the Hunger Games Catching Fire. I wish I had 3 allies. I got Nick. I got Cody. Okay, I guess I got Maggie. Okay, fine. Maybe you could throw in like a Antonio or someone. 5, 4. Oh, Tyler. 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Scully.
Finnick, Mags, and BT.
And Joe.
Hey, we picked the same 3. BT, Finnick, and Megs.
That is correct. We also would have accepted Wyrus and Joanna. So, Joe keeps the 1-point lead, 5-4, as we get into the next one in the Wizarding World. What does Newt give to Jacob just before the two attempt to capture the Erampant in Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. I have so many problems with this scene specifically, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to like give like things away. So I'll save it for the next question, but oof. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let us start with Joe, I believe.
His suitcase.
And Scully.
I said a rumpet musk to attract the rumpet.
Both incorrect. We were looking for a helmet.
Uh,
A helmet. So no perfect rounds here today.
Quickly bring
next-
it up.
Oh, yes, we can.
I'll use this chance to change my pen.
Boltzmann, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear the question?
No.
It was in Fantastic Beasts. What does Newt give to Jacob before the Erumpent comes? And I said Erumpent musk, so he can attract the Erumpent.
I was gonna say he also because they were looking for helmet. Doesn't he also give him like? There's more than one answer here. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe there is more than one answer.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
say go for it.
then-
Yeah.
All right, then we will challenge that my answer is correct.
All right, we'll be right back after that challenge. All right, we are back from the challenge. We watched the scene, took a look at it. So here's basically the rub. So the helmet is what Newt gives Jacob. He also gives him a piece of like armor for his chest. So there would have been 2 acceptable answers. However, the musk he never actually gives to Jacob. That's just Newt only does that. So unfortunately, we cannot give Scully the point, and Scully does lose his challenge. So we are going to move on. The score is 5-4 in favor of Joe as we get into the next question, which is in Star Trek. Who plays the Klingon who serves as Kirk and Bones' defense attorney in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country? This movie's awesome. It's pretty fucking good. One of my favorites. Probably, if I had... I'm going to think about probably my 3rd favorite, if I had to say. I like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to, I don't remember, Scully.
Michael Dorn.
And Joe.
Michael Dorn.
Michael Dorn is correct as we get into the next one, which is in Middle Earth. What kind of weapon does Dane Ironfoot wield in the Battle of the Five Armies? I've seen this more than any human probably should. That being said, I still kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
That's very good.
I love the world of the middle of the earth very much. So even the bad ones, I like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Joe
Hammer.
and Scully.
Hammer.
Both correct. Keeping pace as we get into the penultimate question, which is in Disney live action. Which country does Around the World in 80 Days start and end in? If I was asked to go around the world in 80 days, I would say, what am I doing for supper? Because that's the most important question. If I'm going around the world, I got to know what I'm eating each day. You can't just expect me to do that and not feed me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Scully.
England.
And Joe.
Right here, England.
Yeah, that's correct. All right. Final question of the round is in the category of Worlds of DC. When Arthur meets the Carathan in Aquaman, she says that no mortal has done what with her since King Atlan? I like this movie a lot. It's really dumb, but I think it's so much fun. I remember seeing this in the theater. Me and Maggie walked out and we looked at each other and we were like, did we like that movie? And we were like both shocked at how much we enjoyed it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Joe.
Communicated / spoken to her.
And Scully.
Shit, I said understood what she's saying. I don't think that's right.
I think I can accept that. Yeah, I think I can accept both answers. Because that's basically it, that nobody has been able to understand her, so no one's talking to her. So yeah, no, I can accept both those. So at the end of round number 1, I have a very close game. Joe is in the lead with 9 to Scully's 8. Anything can happen.
Round still eludes me, man.
Anything can happen as we get into round number 2. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to bring up the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If you like what you spin the first time, you can keep it, or you can choose to spin again, but you have to keep whatever you spin the second time. 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. Unless you go to multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1. Gentlemen, you both are playing fantastic. No need to yell at you. You know how this works. Stealing is available in round number 2. So the categories on the wheel today are Jimmy Bond, Pixar, Planet of the Apes, Worlds of DC, Disney live action, Disney animation, YA dystopia, and Fandom Oscars. Joe, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Scully?
Thomas, I think we should just refer to type. Do as I usually do.
All right, go for it.
Spin first, please, Tim.
All right, this is going to be your spin, Joe. And it lands on Disney live action. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
We discussed it, didn't we, Thomas? This is going to be a spin again, I think. Yeah,
okay.
Spin again.
All right, this is what you are stuck with. And it lands on Fandom Oscars.
Okay.
All right, you got 3 repeats.
Yeah.
Take your time, multiple choice if you need to.
Okay.
All right. Joe, are you ready for your questions in Fandom Oscars?
Yep.
How many DreamWorks animated films have won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature? Five, 4.
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A1, B2, C3, D4.
One.
That is incorrect. Scully, chance for a 1-point steal. Your options again are A1, B2, C3, D4.
3.
Is also incorrect. We were looking for 2, the 2 being Shrek and Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Road.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I miscounted. Damn it. All right.
All right. Joe, your next question in Fandom Oscars. Wizarding World movies have been nominated in which category the most times?
Best art direction.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. What was the first Disney animated film to win Best Original Score? Five, 4, 3.
Pinocchio.
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question. What was the first Bond movie to be nominated for an Oscar without winning?
Goldfinger.
That is incorrect. Scully, chance for a 2-point steal.
Okay. That one. The Spy Who Loved Me.
is also incorrect. We were looking for Diamonds Are Forever.
Gross.
Correct. Joe, your final question in Fandom Oscars. Which Oscar did The Incredibles win, which has not been won by any other Pixar film?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, original score, B, sound editing, C, sound mixing, D, original screenplay.
Sound editing.
That is correct for 1 point.
That's what I thought. Should have gone with it.
All right, so Joe making his way through Fandom Oscars gets his total up to 14, not letting up any steals, though. Scully stays at 8. So we will bring in Mr. Holtzman and the wheel for Scully's first spin at the wheel. And it is a free spin because it lands on Fandom Oscars.
We'll take it.
And it lands on Spinner's Choice.
What are you
This
thinking?
is kind of. I mean, this is
We
kind of
talked
rough. I mean,
about. I don't think we go with what we talked about if you had gotten it if you spun first for sure.
Can we see the categories again, please?
Yes, the options that you can choose from are Jimmy Bond, Pixar, Planet of the Apes, Worlds of DC, Disney Live Action, Disney Animation, and YA Dystopia.
We want to
Are you thinking
YA.
YA?
Yeah, I think YA might be the best bet here.
Yeah.
All right.
Use
Well-
multiple choice if you need it. You only need to gain 6 points to keep
YA
it
Dystopia,
tied.
please.
So you got this.
Thanks.
All right. Scully, are you prepared for your questions in YA Dystopia?
Yes, sir.
All right, your first question. How many family members of Katniss, Triss, and Thomas die on screen in a YA film?
Three.
That's correct for 2 points.
Loaded question.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick wrote that one and goes, "What do you think about this?" I said, "Let's fucking do it." All right, your next question. In the Maze Runner, who came up in the maze immediately preceding Thomas?
Oh, Chuck.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. Which faction did Triss's brother Caleb choose at the ceremony in Divergent?
Erudite.
That is correct for 2 points in a tie game. What specific title does Coin give herself once she has taken control of the Capitol in Mockingjay Part 2?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Supreme Ruler, B, Supreme Chancellor, C, Interim President, D, Lawful Governor.
Can I hear the options again, please?
Yes, you can. A, Supreme Ruler, B, Supreme Chancellor, C, Interim President, D, Lawful Governor.
Supreme Ruler.
That is incorrect, Joe. Chance for a 1 point steal. Your options again are A, Supreme Ruler, B, Supreme Chancellor, C, Interim President, D, Lawful Governor.
C, interim president.
That is correct for a 1 point steal. Big 1 point steal there for Joe. All right, Scully, we get into your final question. In Allegiant, who shoots Evelyn when she tries to allow Four and Triss into the gas control room?
Peter.
That is correct for 2 points. And like that, folks, we are back where we started, except we have flip-flopped. It's a 1 point game in favor of Scully. 16-15. It's living up to the hype, people. Okay, we're going to get into round number 3. It's the betting round. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to say a category. The players are going to have to decide whether they want to bet 0, 1, or 2 points on the question. If they get the question right, they will gain those points. If they get the question wrong, well, guys, you'll lose them. So we will play until someone's mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Any questions, players?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is everyone's favorite horror icons.
What are we thinking, Scully?
Maybe Rocky 3.
Rocky 3? Do you want to do Rocky 2?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's go Rocky 2.
Yeah, cool.
Thomas, I think.
Superman 2.
Yeah, Superman 2.
All right, I'm going to read the room. So let's get bets, starting with Scully.
1.
And Joe.
0.
Okay, here's the question. In 1978's Halloween, where specifically does Michael kill Annie, Laurie's friend and Lindsay's babysitter? I once saw this film with a certain bird friend of mine. Her name is the macaw. And she said, this shit could happen. It's real. That's why it's scary. But then, you know, the other guys that can haunt your dreams and stuff, she doesn't give a shit about. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Joe, who bet 0.
Car.
And Scully.
I said bedroom.
Car is correct. So Scully losing a point. It is now tied 15-15 as we get
Which one's Annie?
into the
Exactly.
next question, which is in the category of Planet of the Apes.
That's when I'm thinking Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
Batman Begins, I think, for this one.
Yeah, I was going to say something.
We're specifically Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Wallace and Gromit, right?
No.
Not Wrong Trousers. Okay.
Obviously.
Wrong trousers.
We got to make sure.
Wrong trousers.
All right. Reading the room once again. Let's get back starting with Joe
2.
and Scully.
2.
All right. Your question in Planet of the Apes. What is Ursus's rank in Beneath the Planet of the Apes? This movie sucks. A big old fat one. Not a good movie. I once watched this on the couch, and the macaw once again walked in and said, "The fuck is this?" And I said, "It's a movie." She said, "Ugh." 5.
It's technically a movie.
2, 1. Pens down. There's mind control, people. Let's go to Scully
General.
and Joe.
General.
Both are correct. We stay tied 17-17 as we get into the next one. What could it be? It's YA dystopia.
The Boss Baby, I think.
I like The Boss Baby.
No, you don't.
He's
Not
going to
the
go.
movie. I like what The Boss Baby represents, which is to say,
I know.
He's going to go.
He's going to go Superman Returns, so I think
Ooh.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
All right.
You know what, Scully, do what he said. Go Superman Returns.
Actually, yeah.
Just go Superman. The first one.
Wait,
We're good?
that's
You know,
part
Scully,
of
you
it.
do that.
Okay. Let's get back starting with Joe
2.
and Scully.
2.
All right. Here's the question. What is the price of admission to enter Marcus's club in the Scorch Trials? And to quote Nick, we will take a general answer with this motion that he does when he says general answer. General answer? Oh, man.
Sick reference, bro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Scully
They have to drink a liquid.
and Joe.
Have a drink.
Yep, we can accept both those answers. So we are tied 19-19. It's going down to the wire as we get into the next one, which is in DC. Regular old DC.
Supergirl.
Die another day.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Die another day.
Die Another Day.
Okay, now Scully, you bet die another day.
Okay. Let's get that started with Scully
2.
and Joe.
2.
My heart can't take it much longer. Okay. Your question in the category of DC. Father Hennessy is a character who appears in which DC film? Not a fan of Hennessy, the drink. I believe it's a cognac. Not a fan.
It's big with like NBA players.
Yeah, sure. I prefer Captain Morgan and Coke. So I wish there was a movie I could have asked Captain Morgan as a character in what DC film, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Joe.
V for Vendetta.
And Scully.
Constantine.
Constantine is correct.
Wrong scene.
All right. So we move on to the final question of the round, which is in Fandom quotes.
Scully, I can't believe I get to say this. Bet Band Slam. Please, for the love of God.
I mean, not much use for code anymore, is there?
You've always wanted to say that whole thing.
I just want to get more Band Slam out there.
You do. It's valid.
All right. Let's get bet starting with Joe.
2.
And Scully.
0.
All right. Your question in Fandom quotes. From the ashes, the fire shall be woken. A light from the shadow shall spring. Renewed shall be the blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king, was said by what Middle-earth character? I just looked at the private chat for the first time all evening. Great replay value as well. I believe Thomas Eanes was referring to Aquaman at that time. I could be mistaken, but yes, perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Scully. Mr. Scully.
Elrond.
And Joe.
Arwen.
And your winner, Thomas Scully. The answer was Arwen, but we have reached the end of the match. Final score of 21-19. Very, very close match. Yes, Arwen was correct, and Joe got those 2 points, but no more questions to ask, unfortunately. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. This was a hell of a match. Hell of a match. Probably one of the best we've had all season long, not just in the tournament, but just in the season in general. We're going to start by talking to Joe. Joe, great match. It kind of came down to that Constantine question. If you had hit that, we would have gone into that last question tied, and you knew it and he didn't. So, that's how it works sometimes. But dude, you played on fire. You got a category that you didn't seem super excited about, and you rocked it and made it through. Great job. How are you feeling?
Not bad, actually. Fandom Oscars is something I have been working on. It's not quite perfected yet, hence a couple of multiple choices, a couple of wrong answers. But the bomb one's going to sting a bit. I couldn't remember the Goldfinger won or was just nominated for. The Oscar it was nominated for. But that was the other one I had in my head. It was Diamonds Are Forever. So no Thunderball won visual effects. It was just between those two. And yeah, the Horror Icons one could have worked in my favor. Because again, that was another one I had right that he didn't. But 2 scenes in my head. The one from V for Vendetta where he sends Evie in for the priest was the first thing that came into my head. That's why I went V for Vendetta. But hey, look, Thomas said it at the start of this match. He feels that this is his tournament, this is his moment. And Coho said the same thing when he beat me in the number 1 contenders match. So maybe the next tournament will have to be mine. Thomas is a great player. He just fully deserves this win. He played fantastically. Spinner's choice, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Thomas, how are you feeling about the match?
I was just going to echo what he said. You got spinners and you got Fandom Oscars, which, isn't necessarily a strength. So it was a great match, though. Very close. Happy for Scully to go forward, but, you'll be back stronger, Joe.
I just want to point out that we mostly missed questions in what should be our strengths. I missed the bombs. I missed the DC. He missed the Middle Earth and the Wizarding World. This is backwards, man.
Well, Joe, this isn't going to be the end of you in the tournament realm of Fandom Fights because you're still in the teams tournament. You got a match coming up against Guns and Ships. How are you feeling about that match?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one to judge because, again, it's another team against Kingsman. It's another match against Kingsman, and Albert and Caleb saw their last match out absolutely on fire, absolutely crushed it. So David and I are going to work hard. We're going to prepare. We're going to wash this defeat off and come straight back in and hope to progress to the finals.
Awesome. Cool. Well, we'll see you very soon in that match. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Thomas. Let's move over to the winner today, Mr. Scully. Scully, hell of a match. Really, really great job today. Good round one, great round two. Bet when you needed to in round three. You looked like you were sweating a bit there. But on the other end of things, that Constantine question absolutely saved you. How are you feeling?
There's a reason I have a stress ball in my hand, and I had it for most of the match because this was the match I was most anxious about because Joe is going to play for a belt at some point this year, whether it be singles or teams. He's going to play for a belt at some point. It's inevitable because he is just so good. This kind of played out the way Tim, our match played out, where you had to lead out of round one, and then we had the round twos, and then it just came down to one question in round three that decided it. Yeah,
it's usually how it goes.
It's usually
that's how the betting round, man.
Yeah, it's just Lordy. I mean, I definitely didn't play my best. I had a couple brain farts here and there. I probably should have bet 0 on horror, but I keep thinking to myself, hey, maybe I'll get a horror question in that thing someday. Clearly not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel good. I feel like a giant weight has been lifted off my shoulders now that one of the greatest players in the league, I was able to get a win there. Now I'm just looking at whoever's next, whoever I'm facing next.
Yeah, up next, you got the winner. It aired last week, but I don't want to give anything away yet. You've got the winner of Robert Kastner and Tyler Butler. Robert, rookie right now, crushing it. And Tyler, of course, you played in the number one contenders match earlier this year. So who do we want out of those two?
Here's the thing.
I think I can speak for Caleb Coho when I say we want the rematch, we want the revenge or whatever, because that's what he always says all of the time.
Even though you won?
But you're
right. That is exactly what he
Scully wants revenge, even though he won.
Even though
he
I
wants
won.
revenge on Kastner, despite the fact that they haven't played. We just really want revenge, according to Caleb Coho. That's what the Kingsmen are all about. But no.
Here's the thing. If it's not Butler, I'm gonna be sad because I think Tyler's a great player, and I think he definitely does. I think he just had a rough go of it when we played last. I know if he plays up to his potential, it's gonna be a match just like this one. But if it's Kastner, we're gonna expose some more fun DMC people. Because this is a faction that thinks it can succeed in Fandom, yet they have records that are softer than baby shit and only win because their opponents don't know how to bet in round 3. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So guess what? I kind of hope it's Kastner because then I can smack him and send him back to whatever fun DMC training room they have over there, praying to their Lord and Savior, the Schmo down 24/7, 365. But if it's Butler, I'm going to be really happy because I love Tyler. He's a great player. And I know that the rematch is going to be much better than the first time that we played. So
we will.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens. That match is going to come up pretty soon here. Scully, congrats on the win. We'll see you actually sooner before that match for your next team's match. We'll see you next week for that. So good luck in that match. We'll see you guys real soon. That's going to do it for us today. Hell of a match. Like I said before, probably the best one we've had all year, in my opinion. What a hell of a game. Just both guys playing on fire. Excellent match. We will see you next week with more matches in the teams tournament and the singles tournament as we wind down to the semi-finals of singles and teams. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. So for everybody here, Thomas, Joe, other Thomas, Scully, Cameron Holtzman. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you real soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.